Okay, who wants to learn how to make a rendering like this? Well, today in this video, I'm going to teach you. So in order to do this in Photoshop, you're gonna first need a Photoshop application on your computer. So figure out how to get that onto your computer and open up Photoshop. In order to create something like this, we're gonna need a new canvas, a new white background. So go to File, New, use this default Photoshop size. So it's a 5x7, 300 ppi, which is a large file size, so it'll be crisp and clear, which is good, and you want to make sure it's a white background. So let's start and create. In order to have images for your rendering, you're going to need to go and cut out some images. So I've saved all of my cut images of all of the different items here. And to figure out how to cut these images, go to our other video. It's linked in the description of this video to figure out how to cut out your inventory images. But for this case, I've already done that. So I'm going to start with my rug. So I'm just going to drag this into the canvas and I'm going to size it. And this is going to be my base layer. So from here, what I can do is I can leave this image like this, or I can adjust. So if you go to Edit and Transform, we can skew this rug. We can skew it, we can distort it. We can do a whole bunch of things to it to make it look like it is actually the base of your images. So for this, I like to just kind of play around with sizing and visual, and you can go back in and you can change it to distort or perspective. And you can size this to make it look like it is actually laying flat on your canvas. And if you have a canvas, an image of like the actual room that you are putting the rendering in, you can add that in instead of a white background and have it actually visually look like it's going to look when you present it to a client or when you're just visually viewing it. So for time's sake, I'm not going to play too hard into fixing this rug to visually look right. But for the most part, you can go into Edit and Transform, and you can use any of these tools on the side to scale, rotate, distort this rug. My second layer is going to be this Denver rug. And just to match the aesthetic of this base layer, I'm going to transform it really quick, and I'm going to distort it so that it lays a little bit better on this base layer. So as you can see, I'm just distorting and just playing around with sizing to just make sure it visually looks correct. Again, I'm not going to make this perfect, but you get the gist. Now from there, I'm going to add in my sofa. I'm just going to size this down a little bit. Just keep sizing it down while that loads. I'm going to add in my chairs. Here's my next layer. Let's see if it's going to let me drop it in there. There we go. And since this is, I didn't add two images of this chair into my file, so what I can do here is I can go up to Edit, Copy, and then I can go and do paste. I can paste, or I get a paste up here. How I pasted it without using the edit is Command V. And then from here, I'm gonna rotate this. I'm gonna rotate it. I'm gonna actually, instead of rotate, I'm going to flip horizontally. And then that gives me two pairs. Now let's add in a side table. I'm just gonna drop that in. I'm gonna size this down. coffee table. Once you have the images cut, it's a pretty fast process. Cut. I'm gonna add in a secondary chair. And I'm gonna set it over here. Size this a little bit. So I'm gonna shift these chairs over just slightly so there's a little bit more room. And then from here, I'm gonna layer in details. So I've cut out some books. So I'm gonna add these onto the coffee table. And so now that you're seeing here, these books actually are lower than the coffee table in my layers. So I'm gonna drag these books up, and now they should be above the coffee layer, and now they'll show up. And I can, once I place something, I can always resize it just by clicking on it, moving it over a little bit. Add in some plants. Plants are typically very difficult to cut the background from, so just know that going in, if you're cutting plants, it's gonna take you a little bit, just because of all the intricacies of leaves, and if you don't have a white background, it can get kind of time consuming. So just prefacing that as you prepare to do that, it is going to likely take you some time. And let's drop in some pillows as a final touch. And there you go, you have your rendering. Now the final thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to export this file. So export as, and you're going to want to save this as a PNG, and you don't want it to be transparent. We want that white backdrop on the back. And so then from there, I'm going to retitle it and save. And now you have your rendering. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please comment what you enjoyed most about it, and subscribe to our channel so you can find out more educational videos like this for rental specific education. So thanks so much.